You call an icon living. Start a record label, Misfits just did it.
With texting, with computers, with writing, our posture tends to decrease more and more and get worse and worse. Today, we'll give you quick tips on upper back and shoulder mobility so you won't have to look like this guy ever again. Lead your life and subscribe to our YouTube channel now. LeaderLife Fitness. Now, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and check out our neck mobility from our past few days. Today, we're gonna work on that shoulder range of motion. Our first exercise is a shoulder circle, or called a CAR, controlled articulate range of motion to get fancy. Basically here, we wanna stop our range of motion at the highest point and really fight for adequate range of motion from there. Notice I'll reach as far as I can forward or back, and then rotate my shoulder to make the biggest circle without moving my body or compensating. I want it all in that shoulder capsule. Notice again, the more I tend to move my whole body, it becomes a whole body exercise, and I want to really control that shoulder as much as possible. The more I move my body, the more I compensate, and this is what we do in real life. So again, we want to advocate structure, alignment, and tensing our whole body. So again, arms are locked in nice and tight. First thing, I'm reaching all the way up. Once I cannot go anymore, I'm rotating my palm to face you and making the biggest shoulder position possible I can. Once I finish those 2 sets each side, I'll begin going the opposite direction. Always starting off with my palm facing me and then rotating out facing you. Once I get this dynamic movement, then I'll start my static stretches. So again, the next stretch we have is gonna be for our upper back or thoracic spine. This is one of my favorites. Now the first thing you wanna do is tense your upper back down with touching your shoulders. What I don't wanna see is my lower back curving. I wanna really articulate my upper back spine to get my shoulders working. So again, touching my shoulders, rotating down, rotating to the biggest corner in the front, furthest corner in the back, opposite furthest corner in the back, and then again to the front. I want to repattern, take a deep breath from the starting position, really try to pull down again. And I want to go through this series 2 times one side and 2 times the other. Every time trying to get a little more range of motion possible. Clarifying breath. And that's 1 round each side. From the back angle, I'm rotating down as far as I can, pulling to that right corner, pulling to the opposite right corner, and back to the left side and front. Take that clarifying breath and start again. Corner, back corner, right corner, and front corner. Take a deep breath. If this is too easy or you want a little help even, one of my favorite things to do is grab a pillow or a ball or something soft and really squeeze on that first set. Reaching to the far side, back corner. And when I use a tool like this, it really articulates my back a little more and I can get a little more noticeable range of motion. Once you finish that, throw that sucker out of there and let's work on some static stretching. I love this one because it stretches the back of my shoulder the more I rotate my hand. So notice the more I rotate my hand, my palm faces you, and I'm really pulling in this T stretch. I want to stay here for about 30 seconds to a minute, really trying to rotate my palm as much as possible, really pulling in that arm as hard as I can. Once I finish that side, I'll go on, same thing, pulling the arm in, the palm is facing you. I'm pulling in that shoulder as much as possible, really working to rotate. And notice I'm breathing here. I'm breathing through my nose, my mouth is shut because I want my body to really regulate and relax. Once I finish that stretch, we'll work more on the lat and upper back. Notice I want my palm to be facing that LeaderLife Fitness sign, and I'm really pushing down on my elbow to pull back as far as I can. This is great for pull-ups, for any postural movement, front squats. So notice my palm is gonna face as far as it can back, and I'm really trying to pull in and hold these stretches for 30 seconds to a minute. And these are some of my top stretches I like to do for mobility in that upper back and shoulder area. So get on it, guys. Great work. Let's do it. Thank you guys again for choosing LeaderLife Fitness. Remember, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And thank you for checking out our upper back and shoulder mobility. Be on the lookout for more to come. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye.